Hey everybody, this is Wester Vespertine, and doing a quick guide today on the free flight. This is very basic guide, a little bit of explanation around what to do when you first log into Star Citizen. The code that you're looking at now, I've posted the link for the free fly in the description. The code that you can see on the screen right now, this is a referral code. This gets you some extra credits, 5,000 credits in the game, and I get a referral token, which I think at some point I get something. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but that's not the point of doing this. The main point is more people in the game is more content and more fun for everyone. So really basic guide. Hope you enjoy it. It's all going to be live streamed, so there is no nothing specific. If you're not into basic guides, then just definitely don't watch this and skip to some other YouTube video. Anyway, let's have some fun. Okay, for your assumptions here, this is going to be, I'm assuming that you have created your character. This is going to be what you first see when you log into Star Citizen. This is your hub, a place which is basically just a respawn point. So from this position, go ahead and hit Y on the keyboard. Y is basically the keyboard shortcut, and again, assumption that you are using the keyboard. And Y basically gets you out of the place. If you're in a seat and you press Y, then you'll stand. If you're in a bed and you press Y, then you'll stand. So this is your hub. This is where the fun starts. Everything is pretty much done by a command which allows you to activate objects or activate things to do with ships. So if you go ahead and press F on your keyboard, and you'll see your cursor change. You see, and when you hover over, see yellow is not interactable, but when it goes orange, if you press F and click, then you will activate the object. When you spawn, you're going to spawn in a place called Port Olisar. Port Olisar is a really freaking cool space station. Go ahead. Spend some time exploring. Graphically, what you'll see is absolutely stunning. Always check out the Big Bennies. So we're just gonna go ahead down the stairs. You can run down the stairs or jump and take the shortcut through the window. For the point of this, we'll go down the stairs. And this is the center of the aeronautical place of Star Citizen, Port Olisar, sorry. Port Olisar is made up of 4 different decks. Each of those decks are labeled A, B, C, or D. If you want to know where you are, check out the signs. You'll see B strut. You'll see why that may or may not be so important, but you'll get the picture when we take off. So again, take a run around here, familiarize yourself. There's multiple shops in here. Cassava is a clothwear shop, if you are so inclined. If you like in-game stuff, then feel free. You'll need credits, and we'll talk about credits in a little while. See this dude here? This is where you can take things and give things based on missions, which we'll talk about. You'll see lots of terminals around here. These terminals are allowing you to do specific things. These ones here are for trade and commodities. So from here, we could say buy a bunch of stuff for trading, take it to another location, sell it, make profit. And this one here is for those who like mining, where you can do first-person mining in caves and stuff like that. Same deal. So everything is very standard in terms of control. My assumption today will be you're a mouse and keyboard user. So on any of these screens, press F and click, and you can go in and interact. Viewing galleries are pretty cool. Dumpers Depot, so you might wonder what that is. Dumpers Depot basically sells replacement parts or upgrade parts for ships. Same deal in all of these. You can go in. You may be able to actually interact with objects.
I can help you with.
And you get some really super kind characters.
Feel free to take a look around. We've got a pretty good selection.
Yeah, thanks. So you can just go in and you could interact, or again, you can use a terminal view by pressing F on your keyboard and clicking. So here we could buy missiles. We can see we could upgrade our quantum drives. This is not a tutorial on upgrades, but you can buy specific parts for ships. So that's really cool. We're going to go ahead and run straight through the main area here. I'll explain getting a ship in a sec. The other side of the strut, you'll find Garrity's Defense, and in here you can buy upgraded armor.
Thanks for coming in.
Again, here you can interact when it goes orange. You try it on. We'll try this on, for instance.
That's a nice fit.
That is a nice fit, I'm sure. And same deal, if you want to buy something, you can go to the terminal, interact. And just one more. Live fire weapons, another cool place, one that you should definitely check out. Keep calm, carry on. And in here, you can see a selection of weapons and ammunitions.
Hi. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, these shopkeepers are so happy. I recommend that you buy some med pens, just keep them in stock, and potentially some oxygen pens. Basically, if you get injured in space, no one will come out to save you. So just check them out. Same deal, up to the screen, and you're able to check out what the shop sells. Different shops around the Stanton system will sell different things. Different weapons or different armor types, so go explore them all. We're going to check out a few locations and just go through some basic flight handling, really just enough to get you into the game a little bit. Okay, now in the middle of Port Olisar and each of these struts, you're going to see these things, ship retrieval consoles. They're also referred to as ASOP terminals. ASOP is Aerospace Services Operation Panel, and they basically serve as the gateway to getting your ship out of wherever it's held and spawning it on a landing pad. I'm going to go ahead and check this out. In here, this is your fleet manager. Your fleet manager shows all the ships that you have access to. Now, if you have activated the codes on the free fly area of the website, then the robertspaceindustries.com website, then you'll be able to go in and see what ships you've got. I'm just going to choose something like, I'll just go for the Gladius Pirate.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Now if you hang around, you'll see it's retrieving a vehicle, then it will tell you where your ship is waiting. So this is B strut, landing pad 7. Yeah, we know what strut we're on because we saw that when we're over here. And if you look here and over here, each side of this area, it will tell you where 7 roughly is. You also get a visual indicator as well here. So we need to head out to B7. And B7, of course, is going to be this way. So one other thing before we exit here is to explain mobiglass. Mobiglass is your personalized area of things that you will be able to do. So for instance, I want to check that my armor has a helmet. If you go into space and suffer from decompression and you're not wearing a helmet or a suit, then you're going to die. And just quit this. So you can see I have a helmet here, so I'm good. But basically down here are some additional tabs. Let's just quickly run through them before we pick our ship up. Comlink. If you click on Comlink, this brings up the global chat and specifics about contacts. Shows you how many are in the server and enables you to interact with them. Second thing is a vehicle loadout manager, which is probably a bit more advanced than today, but this is where you can customize aspects of your ship. Equipment manager. These are the things that you have access to, and these are different undersuits, different weapons, what armor you would choose, and what utilities. So the med pen, as I said, you have that here. This is Skyline. This is your star system map. Will become important when we fly, but basically this is a map of the system of which you're in, and you're able to see different entities of where you can go to. Currently we're in the Crusader part of the Stanton system, and all of these, if you click on them, it will give you a bit more information about what that is that you are going to. You can also access that by pressing F2 on your keyboard. The journal is just a very small amount of information. Journal isn't used so much. LiveWorks AR is too advanced for this tutorial. Our vehicle maintenance services I'll explain in ship, and this last one is Contracts Manager. This is where you can get access to things that is going to help you, things you can go and do to make Alpha UEC, the in-game credit system. So for instance, if you're into logistics, maybe check out the delivery tab, and in here you'll find a bunch of things that you could do in delivery. So if I chose this assignment, I would earn 1,785 of a UEC. And these vary, and the payment is usually something relative to how hard that will be or how much time it will take. So these ones. So definitely pick up a few of these and run them. They'll take you to different areas around the Stanton system. So many cool visual areas here, it's unreal. Investigation. Something like this, these are you need to go and do something and find out something. The investigate missing something is the cave missions. So if you are joining to play in the caves, then definitely check that out. Maintenance. General kind of missions like do something with a comm array, or but again, feel free. You have 30 days, I believe 30 days, where you can go and play at this stuff for no cost. So explore it all and then see how you feel. Mercenary is a lot more, so Trespassers is a first-person shooter where you can go into a abandoned space station and kill some bad dudes. And these will take you on into other specific areas. Just kind of general ones available to all. Then you get personal ones. The personal ones are more mission based. So this one, if I go see Miles Eckhart over at Levski, he will start individually giving me missions to go and do. And for all the missions you do, they progressively earn you more. Some of these, though, will get you a crime stat, and crime stat has certain implications of which I will show you a bit later in the tutorial. So that's it for mobiglass. You access mobiglass by pressing F1. and if you want to go straight into your star map, just press F2. And that's it. Use your mouse wheel to scroll in and out, and double click on other entities to see those entities. Okay, so we were heading out to B7. To do that, you need to go for an airlock. Make sure you have a suit and a helmet on, otherwise you will die very quickly. I'm going to cycle the airlock. And we are now outside, so we want it to go to B7. And here you get to see the magnificent Port Olzar. I mean, this place is fucking sweet. But we gotta move on. But here you'll find your ship. To get into a ship, you have to do a few things. One is you have to find the place of where you can interact with the ship to get in the first place. Typically, if you don't know the ships, you can press F, walk around them, and then when you see an interaction point, you want to enter the pilot seat. Now, this is animation, so you don't need to do anything here. And we are in the ship. Familiarize yourself with the ship by just pressing F to interact, and just move around the cockpit. And you'll see certain functions: engine on, engine off, flight ready, power on. Typically, the shortcut to use for this is just to press R on the keypad. Keypad. That thing. Press R, and it puts your ship into flight ready mode, which activates the electrical systems and the engine, etc. When you're taking off, probably best to let your shields generate a little bit. You can see here that they are generating. And it's usually at this time you're going to select where it is you want to go, or check for a mission, or do something similar. I'm not going to take a mission right now, but I'm just going to take you to a couple of places. Use this button up here to locate yourself on the map. We're currently at Port Olzar. We're going to head over to Yayla. Yayla is one of the moons in the Crusader system, and it looks really fucking cool, so definitely check that out. We're going to head over there and head to the planet surface. On your keyboard to take off, there's a series of keys. You'll get used to them super quick. If you press the spacebar, the spacebar will move upwards, move your height. And if you press Control, you'll descend.
Landing complete. Launch complete.
That was pretty stupid.
Warning, you are blocking an active flight bay. Please
So spacebar to ascend, Control to descend. And you use the typical W, AD, and X. So W moves you forward, S moves you backwards, with WADS. A strafes left, D strafes right. Very basic flight handling. So pressing A with strafing left. Q and E will roll you left and right. Q is counterclockwise and E is clockwise. Excuse me. And for the rest, mouse control moves your view of the ship. So we're just going to go ahead, cruise around Port Olzar a little. It's very usual to get accustomed to the feel of your ship, and always very customary to burn through the rings. At this point you might be thinking your ship's not too fast. That is because its speed is typically limited. If you use your mouse wheel and look around here, what you'll see is this line that goes up as you move your mouse wheel up. What this is a speed limiter, so you could see our speed was limited to 200 and something meters per second. So we're now going to go ahead and push that up. And now we get better speed. Entirely your choice on how you feel about that. Maybe simpler just to, stay slow for a while and get used to the handling. Now, one of the things you'll know about Star Citizen is the graphic capability is stunning. So you can check out your ship if you press F4, and you'll go into third person view, third ship view, and if you hold down Z, then you can free look around your ship. And this is a pirate Gladius. It's a light fighter. So really nice, really smooth. The attention to detail on here is amazing. Okay, so that's basic maneuvering. WADS. Space to ascend, control to descend. So in our star map, I didn't explain how to set this waypoint, so I'm just going to do that right now. If I go to our current location, to get to a new place, a moon or some other structure of some sort, if you click on it, you'll see this green line appear, and then all you need to do is click set route. You'll see that it pops up here in this helpful menu. This is your current amount of quantum fuel, and this is the amount of quantum fuel that's required to do the jump that you want to do. And then on our HUD, you can see we get this line that shows us our space relative, our location relative to the location which we want to go. So now we're facing that point. Let me just clear that. So you can see. So here, if you hover over, you can see that there is a circle around that moon far off. So we want to quantum travel over there now. And to do that, you press B on your keyboard, B for Bravo. And you get this circle popping up with two measures on there. The top measure is the quantum drive spool, and the calibration is the calibration of the point of which you want to warp to. So if I move this away, the speed of calibration is relative to the centering if I move away, you see the calibration will slow down slightly. Keep that nice and over it. And then to warp, or to quantum travel, you hold B.
Quantum travel initiated.
And we go into quantum travel. Whilst you're traveling, if you press F4 for the external view, you get to see some amazing visuals.
Quantum travel complete.
Okay, so we made our way to Yela. Now, Yela has a has a beautiful belt all the way around it, and you can fly into that. But for now, if we press B, we get, and we have not selected a waypoint, we get a selection of places of which we can jump to. If you hover over, you'll see the name of the place and how far it is. I'm going to choose this one right here. And same deal, hover over the waypoint, press and hold B to warp. Quantum travel.
Initiated. Quantum travel complete.
And if we just move forward, and somewhere up here we're going to see the outpost that we just warped to. Typically you'll warp to roughly 20 kilometers ish from the location which you warp to. I think I've probably gone ahead and overshot this one. Now this isn't the place, but I'm curious. Hey, it's a Banu Defender. So it looks like someone else is exploring yellow too, which is good. It's probably you're gonna miss this outpost, the first few times you do it, but what you can do is go into Skyline or your star map, double click Yela. We went to the Nakamura Valley Aid Shelter, and I've selected that. So now it will bring a marker up for its location. And go ahead and just burn over there. So as I said, make sure explore everything, enjoy everything. The graphics are stunning. If we just approach here, we can see this. Now what's amazing in Star Citizen is we can get out of the ship and interact. So to do that, we're going to put our landing gear down. So typically when I do this, I'll go into external view and free move and hit N on your keyboard, N for November, and that will lower your landing gear. And then from that, just press Control gently on your keypad and you'll land. Then press F4 and Z again, and then you'll be landed. And then press F. Oh, he says. So we didn't land too well there. Okay, it might be and then press F and move. Different ships have different things. You could move left and right. We could say exit ship. This kickstarts the animation now. That animation will take you out of the aircraft. Now we are free to interact. If you like games that have the best screenshots over, then this is definitely screenshot heaven. Anyway, so in any of these outposts, you're able to go in and check them out. It might be that you have a mission that's related to something that needs to be done in there, or you're just checking them out. So this looks to be, let's see what the description tells us of this place. It's a public shelter to be used in case of emergencies and hazardous weather. For safety reasons, access is prohibited except in emergencies. So this is just a basic emergency shelter. Oh yeah, what's this? Okay, I thought it was something else in the bunk there. Moving on. So nothing we can interact with in here, but again, it's just an example. And there are a lot of outposts that you can go and explore. So whether you like to just explore and see new places, then that is the beauty of this game. You are not tied to anything. So coming in and out of the doors was exactly the same as what we did in Port Olisar. So get back to your ship, press F, and at the pilot seat. You'll see that the standardization of controls is very good across the game, so you'll get used to it super quick. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna just take off, pressing space, strafe up, and press N to get your landing gear up. And then you're free.
Landing gear retracted.
Try not to do that. No, my weapons just. Let's see the damage. Oh, come on, a lovely ship. Well, now that we have gone and damaged this ship, you're gonna damage ships, you're gonna lose ships. It's completely fine. I'm gonna give you a quick example now. So for instance, let's say we are out exploring
Danger. Engines overheating.
and we do something like move down when we should move up. Let's see if we can.
Weapon systems destroyed.
Okay, so you've blown your ship up and you're effectively dead. So this is what happens. When you die, you'll go back to Port Olisar or whatever the last station that you docked at. So from here we're back in our hab in Port Olisar. So we'll press Y. So you might wonder what has happened to the ship. Do you no longer have it or similar? Well, the ships that you have either bought or have in the free fly, they're actually always available. What you have to do is go to the ASOP terminal, and we can see here that the Gladius pirate that we were using has been destroyed, and it was destroyed on last location was Yala. So what we do is we go here to claim, press on the claim button, and then say we want to file a claim. And what this shows us is in 7 minutes that ship will become available again. Or we could say pay the expedited fee, which is this. We'll pay a bit of extra money to get the ship faster. I mean, you could do that. Right, 1 minute 15 now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spawn another ship.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
We got kicked out then, but it's gonna be over here somewhere. So if we make our way out there. I'm suspecting it's going to be B2. That's not our ship. That is a Cutlass Black. They're a really nice ship. I think you can fly the Cutlass Black on the free fly. I definitely recommend this ship. It is a really, really sweet ship. So same deal here, and we want to go out and do something. There's a ship showing us how to land in front. And just press R in your ship to activate flight ready mode.
Systems green.
And we can see top left, we can see our shield regeneration. Saber shields regenerate quick. And same thing, you press space to strafe up, press N to pull up your landing gear,
Retracted.
and then
Thank you, and please visit again.
here's a cool hint for landing. So at some point you are going to have to land in a space station, whether it's a pad or a hangar, but I'm going to show you on Port Alizar. So you can't just land on a pad. The pad itself will give you a crime stat or will give you a fine because the space station has not allowed you to. So you have to do something first. Press F1 and go into your contacts or comlink. Go into contacts, and then what you'll see is when you're in a docking radius, you'll see this pop up. So this is Port Alizar landing service. If it was Levski, it would say Levski, and if it was Lorville, it would say Lorville. Click on that, and it says it's hailing Port Alizar
Please
landing.
proceed to assigned landing bay.
So they've assigned us a landing bay, and it's denoted here by this picture of a spanner. So we're just gonna slowly make our way in. Now you need to put your landing gear down. To do that, you press N again, and you see this icon here that says your landing gear is coming down. So we're gonna move ourselves into here. If you get yourself inside this blue box and then press and hold N,
Automated landing initiated.
then you can have auto landing, which gives a nice clean landing, which is
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
which is quite helpful for newer players. Okay, so we're gonna choose a mission now. We go into contracts mobiglass, then contracts manager. Go into investigation, and we're going to investigate the missing client, Yasmin Keats. And this is a cave mission. We'll go and check out a cave real quick, and it's a cave on Daymar. Now, when we get this, it tells you the primary objective: go to the cave on Daymar. But if you go, press F2 or click in Skyline, and you will see this new marker. This new marker shows you where the mission is. So here. Okay, we can't warp straight to it. So when you can't warp straight to that, then choose the nearest warpable location and then we'll burn over. Try that again. So we're going to go to Tandem Plains Aid Shelter. It's on Daymar. And then we're going to burn over to where this cave is.
Launch complete. Landing gear.
So we press B to activate our
And please visit
jump drive. Now press and hold B
Quantum travel initiated.
to do the jump. Take a look at the visuals because they are really worth it. Now we are at Daymar, which is another moon in the Crusader system.
Quantum travel complete.
And then the next part of our journey is to get to Tandem Plains.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
And then we are just gonna burn over. This is 200 kilometers. It's gonna take a little while. So rather than holding down W on your keypad, you can activate cruise control. Cruise control is exactly what you have in a car. You reset the speed with this line here, and then hit C. You can see a new arrow has popped up here, and cruise control will take you up to that speed and hold you there. This is typically the time you go grab a drink or go for a smoke or whatever you do. Or take more screenshots. The screenshots are typically the way, you know. We're 132 kilometers off, and we are burning at full speed. Now there are other ways that you're able to kind of shortcut to the cave, dependent on certain jump locations, but it's a little bit more advanced, but it revolves around taking a quantum jump over the cave and killing your engines as you are close to the cave. That stops your quantum travel, and then you're able to move directly to the point. So we're 50 odd K off. I'm just going to start the descent now. going to disengage cruise control and manually take the ship in. So cruise control does not take, actually it does not automate you getting to the location. It just holds the speed. But as we get close to the planet's surface, then I prefer manual control. 6,000 kilometers. Let's start to reduce speed now. Landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
After this, I'm just gonna ditch it on the surface. Okay, so we are now at the cave. If you have forgotten what your mission objective was, press F1 to go into your mobiglass. Click on your contracts manager. See the mission you have accepted. So here, someone's reported missing. Before they can deliver the benefits, we need to confirm their current status. And they were in a cave. So this is pretty much go in the cave, find them. And we're not going to do all the cave now because the time it takes can be variable. But basically, I'm going to show you a cave real quick. So it's really dark in here. You can buy glow sticks. But you also should have a torch on your helmet, so you activate that by pressing T for Tango. Just so happens I have one of the helmets that does not have one, so just flip that real quick. So press T and you have a headlamp, and you can go down this super fucking creepy cave. In this cave you could pick up objects and sell them, or if you want to try mining, you can buy a mining laser from, say, Levski or ArtCorp and come in here and mine valuables. So for instance, if you see a rock with something yellow through it and these little crystals, you can mine it in first person mode. There's quite a bit of money to be made in there. So my guide for caves, if you feel like you're going to get lost, always follow the wall on the left. If you always follow the wall on the left, you can't get lost. It will always lead you back out and around and back out the cave eventually. Yeah, check these out. Man, these are like super creepy. These caves can go on for quite a while, so we're not going to go and complete this mission, but you get the idea. So bring some mining lasers. If you want to get the extra personal storage, buy the MacFlex suit from Port Olisar. I think it's called MacFlex Mining or something like that. And of course, there is nothing to stop people coming in here and shooting you. So we could arm our weapon. If we so wished. But whilst you're in here, always stay alert. There are always players that like to come in caves and kill you. Let me check this out. And we can inspect this. So you can actually stow this and take it to a shop and sell it somewhere. For this, I'm going to leave it here for someone. A free gift. And outside of all the amazing things there is to do in Star Citizen, well, you know, the visuals are always like, always something. Stunning. But for us, we're going to collect the ship. Oh, and if you're wondering what I'm doing here, if you press F and use your mouse scroll or mouse 3, then you can zoom in. Look at that. It's stunning. So yeah, anyway, I'll jump back in. And so everything else is really just a bit of a byproduct of it's a bit of a byproduct of what you've seen on here. If you take a mercenary mission, you go shoot some things. If you take any of the other specific missions, then you may have to shoot someone and take some cargo from them, or you may have to pick up some cargo from one location and drop it off, or you may have to go to an illegal drug site and pick up and move different things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot to cover. We're 53 minutes in, but you have a month of free flight. You have the ability to get into the game with no cost and test it, see how it is for you. 3.7.1, which is the current version, is holding up really well. So definitely a cool thing. Yeah, that's it. I can't think of much else really to tell you. So that's your beginner tutorial. I mean, I did it live stream so you could, you know, maybe watch it in the background and you know, that kind of stuff as you're trying to go through your first takeoffs, landings, and ship maneuvering, etc. Navigation. If there's anything that you'd like me to do, like you have questions about more specific stuff, then please message me and I'll be more than happy to do a video on that specific thing. And yeah, if you sign up and check out that, enter that code, as I said at the beginning, that is my referral code. It gives you some in-game credits and it gives me a recruitment point, and those recruitment points I don't know how many, but I may end up getting me a gift or something like that. So, and of course, when you sign up, you get your own referral code too. So that is really cool. Outside of that, jump in, have fun, don't be afraid, ask questions in chat. Feel free to contact me via YouTube or any of the other contact details on here. And really, just go have a really cool time in this. Star Citizen for me is one of the most amazing games in development. It's going to be awesome. Hope you enjoyed it, and check out my other stuff or something like that. It's cool. Have fun. Bye. Thanks so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. YouTube's going to recommend you another couple here and here. I hope you enjoy them too. Hit the subscribe and like button. Maybe good things will happen. Catch you on the next one.